So I think we're done.
Finally, in the midst of this political fiscal, where does your loyalty lie?
No. Let me mention this. When somebody asks me, where does your loyalty lie? Please, I want you to take this. It's almost the most serious question. That is the funniest question you can ever ask me. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, my loyalty lies irreversibly with Chief Barrister Nyesom Ezenwo Wike. Let me tell you something. We must not forget about those that helped us to climb. We must not. The governor, for instance, would have been a level 14 civil servant in the Ministry of Finance, if not for Wike that made him a DFA, a permanent secretary, an accountant general, and then a governor today. Some of us should be bold enough to speak the truth to power. I worked in NDDC for over 15 years before I joined the Rivers State government. And ever since then, I've been in the Rivers State government. I cannot stop to be thankful for the man that pushed me into politics and pushed me up to the level that I am today. Will I say because I am this, I will now come and disrespect him? I won't do that. It's just like your father sponsoring you to study law, and you are the first. You just finish that law degree, and you take up a case with his enemy against your father. There are issues you have with your father that you settle inside the house. You mustn't take it outside. For you to supervise your father's enemy, dine with them, casting aspersion against him, it's a sin. No matter how you want to put it, no matter how you want to dress it. Say anybody can make me this, that. Somebody that loved you and took you as a son and brought you from nothing to something. Say anybody can make me. God uses people to make people. And God teaches us to be grateful and thankful. The Bible teaches us the attitude of gratitude. I'm a student of the attitude of gratitude. I'll never be unthankful to somebody that has helped me. We must learn to be grateful. We must learn to be thankful.
Okay, sir. Just to be clarified, you talked about the Trans-Calabar Road, which during your administration you started, your government started the first phase. Now the second phase is out. You didn't really talk about your own stand as an expert in the field. How do you see the project? Was the design for the project already put in place before you left? And then this government is continuing where you people stop in the construction of the Trans-Calabar Road.
Yes. Talking about the Trans-Calabar Road, the first phase of the Trans-Calabar Road was designed by our Calabari elder, who's a doyen in the civil engineering profession, Engineer Main David West, Pearl Consultants. And so it was easy for us when we said we wanted to award the first phase, which goes from Degema to Krakrama to Mekwama, Nkolama, Menama, and all of those communities, Omekotariam and all of those communities. What we did was to go for the low-hanging fruit. What was the low-hanging fruit? Go for baseline information. We say, let's go to the man that has already designed it, so that we save ourselves the stress of design. And we got to him, and he graciously, redid the design, and we moved to site. And the project has been completed and commissioned. It is not to just go and flag off project. Flag off the project, fund it, start it, and complete it within record time, within your tenure. If your tenure is 4 years, finish it within that 4 years. And so we completed that one. Now, for the second phase, which they're about to start, I am no longer Commissioner for Works. I don't understand the scope of their second phase. I'll tell you what is achievable and what is not achievable. If they're saying the second phase will move from Aka Road to Tumbia, or Aka Road and Ogurama, probably that can be achieved within 3 years. But from what I'm hearing, that it will move to Ogurama, then it will move to Tumbia, then it will move to Bakana, then it will move to Bukuma, then Buguma. I can tell you, I can bet my life in 3 years that is not achievable. But because before you begin to talk concerning the projects, request to see the design and request to see the work program. What is the work program? What is the work plan? What is the payment plan? Will the payment plan be tied to ISPO or will it be paid in percentages? If it's tied to ISPO, I can assure you that project will be delivered. But if it will be paid in percentages, there might be cash constraints because it's a huge project. For me, I had recommended what should be the second phase so that it can be completed in a practicable way. But what the second phase is going to be, I don't know. Depending on what it is, we'll know if it actually can be done or if it will be a white elephant project. Thank you.
You are a core politician, and since October 29 of last year, Rivers State has been enmeshed in political fisticuff. And there have been interventions even by Mr. President. There seems to be no clear road to mending fences between the governor and his Oga at the top. Are you worried as a politician over this lingering political crisis in Rivers State?
Yes, I would say I'm worried. If I say I'm not worried, then I'm lying. I can't sit on the fence at this point in time. I can't sit on the fence at this point in time. We all attended the meeting that was summoned by our father, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in Abuja. We're all there. Resolutions were reached. Agreements were signed. The President handed over the paper to the former governor, Dr. Peter Odili, to read. He read them out. Have these other parties done their part? Yes. Have these other parties done their part? Partially. That is the issue. That's why the issue is ringing. Part of the resolution was that the budget should be represented to the correct House of Assembly. Was that done up till now? No. So if there's no appropriation, if there's no budget, how are you spending? That's my worry. How can I serve in that kind of government? I'll be picked up one day because you have immunity. I am approving projects and signing award letters without appropriation, which is a breach of the appropriation law and the procurement law. I don't have immunity, so I can be picked. Probably that could have been supervising illegality. That was why the president advised, take the budget back to the Rivers State House of Assembly for passage. That was not done. I feel bad because I see a situation where persons are dishonoring the president, and that is not nice. We all have fathers. I watched a video last week where an individual declared the House of Assembly non-existent. In that same video, that same individual said that in Rivers State we don't have elders, that there are no elders again, that they have sold their consciences. Who is buying their conscience now? Because I see elders coming to defend him on TV. So you say those elders have sold their conscience. We don't have elders. Me, I have elders. Oh. I have elders in my community. I have elders in my local government. I have elders in my state. I have elders that are still elders, whose consciences are alive. I have elders and I respect elders. So if you don't respect elders, you will not expect me to follow you to respect elders. I respect elders. It is wrong. It's unfair to look at all the elders who have in Rivers State and say they have sold their consciences. To who? That's sad to say the least. That's sad to say the least. This, for me, the time for politics have not come. We have finished elections. We've gone up the way to the Supreme Court. This should be time for governance and not unguarded utterances. This should be time for governance. This is time to focus and work. Maybe later part of 2026, we can start doing politics and jumping over the place. This is time to focus and work. This is not the time to heat up the polity. That is what I think.
So some section of the
of the state, of the public, as it were, have this feeling that one of the reasons why the governor appeared to one of some of the laws that the lawmakers have been dishing out, as it were, that when you take a very close look at it, some of these laws, the bills, so to speak, they are anti the progress of the state. Hence, the governor finds it difficult to align or append the signature to such bills, getting to that stage of passage. From your own point of view, would you say that coming from the Martin Amiwole-led House of Assembly, lawmakers have been able to come to terms with the governor vis-a-vis looking at the bigger picture for the state to make better progress, as it were?
You see, there is no government that will want to be successful, that will not want to have respect, mutual respect for other arms of government. Separation of powers is simple. The judiciary is independent. The legislative arm is independent. The executive is independent. And so, if the three arms of government work together, then you have smooth governance. Have you ever had at the federal level, currently under President Tinubu, where National Assembly is having problem with the executive, or where judiciary is having problem with the executive? You must know how to manage them. You must know how to balance them. You must know how to work harmoniously. You need each other. The executive needs the legislature. The executive needs the judiciary. The judiciary needs the legislature. You need each other to work harmoniously as one body and one family. But when you try to be despotic over the other, there will be resistance. They were elected the same way you were elected. Yeah, they were elected the same way you were elected. So it's an issue of synergy. They must learn to work together. Not one arm trying to suppress or oppress the other. That's going to cause chaos.
So now that it's very evident and it's clear that we cannot make meaningful progress with this, the tempo or the heated climate we have in the state. What do you think is the way forward to come to truth?
The way forward? Prayers. God will help us. God will help us.